Welcome to Cigar Reviews and Such. We're out in my backyard tonight, and I am going to do a cigar review. We're going to talk about the flavor of the cigar, the strength of the cigar, and we'll see at the end if I encourage you to go out and give it a try, or if it's just another cigar. So let's get into it and enjoy it. So this is my case. Received this as a gift. Thank you, son-in-law. And able to keep your cigar humidified in this and everything. The cigar we're talking about tonight is the Oliva Serie V. Oliva is a Nicaraguan factory in Esteli, Nicaragua, said to be some of the best cigars coming out now, since we're not able to get cigars from Cuba and America anymore. But most of these families that have these factories now in Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, Honduras, many of these families are from, have ancestry in Cuba. Many of the cigar rollers at the factories, and this is a really renowned cigar. I believe in Cigar Aficionado. I know it was in the 90s. Could have been in 93 or 94, the Serie V. So it's really a very, very popular cigar, and moderately priced. Nothing crazy, but we're gonna get into it. I'm smoking the Robusto. This looks to be about a 54 ring gauge. Could be a 52. I think it is a 54, and I think Oliva calls this a double Robusto. So there you go. Double the fun. So let's take it out of the wrapper. Really beautiful, beautiful, toothy, as they say, wrapper. Smells wonderful. It's a Habano wrapper. It has Nicaraguan binder and filler. Both are Nicaraguan, and really looks great. It seems to be well humidified. I took it out of one of my tupperwares, but I only use my cutter myself. I don't typically share it with anyone because I do cut cigars that I moisten a little bit. And the reason for that is that sometimes when you cut a cigar, if it's a little dry, it starts to break apart. So I'm going to take out my cutter. I do like this cutter. It's kind of like a pair of scissors, and this was given to me by my daughter. So my daughter and my son-in-law, everyone's going to get represented tonight. Oh, that's a nice cut. Got most of it in the ashtray. Put that back in the case. I'll do a little dry draw. It's nice flavor. Yeah, very nice cigar. I've got my larger torch lighter in my pocket. Have to keep your lighters warm at this time of the year. We're in January here in the Northeast. Well, January everywhere, but January here in the Northeast. It's a little chilly, is what I was trying to get to. And this is called toasting the cigar. It's just good to get it started, especially around the outside of the wrapper. The wrapper is where you're going to get much of the flavor of the cigar. And then the binder and the filler, the interior leaves, are going to give you a little bit more strength, whether it's a mild, medium, or full-bodied. So we're pretty nicely toasted there. And now we'll give it a light. Wow. It's a really nice first puff. Definitely cedar notes right off the bat. I would say a medium right off the bat, just a couple puffs into it. Nice. So I'm a fan of Oliva. I've smoked a few of their different varieties. One of my first cigars that I smoked was an Oliva Connecticut Reserve. And Connecticut typically means, well, Connecticut does mean a shade-grown tobacco, which is a lighter, little, more of a tan rather than brown wrapper. And the reputation for Connecticut's, even though some of them are stronger than others, the reputation is that they are a mild cigar, very nice entry-level cigar, but also for the experienced and folks that have been smoking all their lives. Some guys swear by Connecticut's, that's all they smoke. And so the Oliva Connecticut Reserve is an excellent Connecticut. I've also had their Serie G Cameroon wrapper, Serie O Habano wrapper, and then I've had their Maduros in those as well. And this Serie V is, like I said, very talked about in the cigar world as one of their best blends. And I can see why. It does have a little spice to it. I would give it now, kind of going up from a medium to full bodied. But not crazy spicy. Nothing that's really getting back in my throat. And right now, I mean, like I said, I'm a fan of the Oliva factory. I believe that they make really quality premium cigars. This is a little wider or larger ring gauge than I prefer, but the 54 I think is kind of at the peak of where I like to be. And I only share that to tell you my preference. It's not, there's no right or wrong cigar size. It's really up to the individual. And so just giving you my preferences. I smoke with a few guys that love 60 gauge cigars. They love the Gordos. And so again, that's just something that you choose and what feels right in your mouth. I'm going to pour myself a little drink to go with this cigar. And as I've shared in the past, I really enjoy these San Pellegrino sodas. This one is a Pompelmo, and this is grapefruit. I really like these sodas because they have a little bitterness to them, a little sourness. I do like to have a Coke with a cigar once in a while. Coffee is really nice with cigars. But my preference has been these San Pellegrino, especially the Limonada and the Pompelmo. Ah, it's very good. Much better than Fresca for those of you from my generation. If you remember, Fresca was supposedly a grapefruit soda. So like I mentioned earlier, I am getting notes of cedar in the beginning, and now it's getting a little, like I said, a little fuller bodied. Maybe espresso, dark chocolate. As far as spice goes, really baking spice like cinnamon. It's a little more of that than peppery spice. Really a wonderful, wonderful cigar. We're not too far from a couple local hospitals, so you might hear a little ambulance in the background. I'm sure everybody is getting taken care of. I like the natural sounds out here. Of course, the main reason I smoke out here is there's no smoking in the house. And I'm all for that, by the way. I would never want to smoke in my house. Do not want to have that smell of old smoke. When it's first coming out of the cigar, it smells wonderful. But of course, when it starts to attach itself to curtains and walls and everything else, it's not as pleasant anymore. That's in my opinion, of course. And I grew up in a time when everyone smoked, and everyone smoked indoors. Typically cigarettes, which, again, in my opinion, smell even worse. But this Serie V is really nice. And one of the nice things that I like about it so far is I don't need to bring out my multi-tool, but I will bring it out and show it to you. So this is a great tool. It has, on one end, it's got a punch for thinner gauge cigars. On the other end, for thicker gauge cigars. And if this cigar was giving me a hard time with the draw, I could punch a hole through it and try to break any kind of tobacco knot that might be in there to help with the draw. I do think I will be resorting to this a little later on, maybe after the video, and that's that little corn on the cob looking holder. So if I get down to the nub and it starts to burn my fingers a little bit, then I will break that out. But other than that, I don't think I'll be needing my multi-tool during this smoke. Let's get back to that Oliva Serie V. And you can see how it's getting good smoke out the cap of the cigar. It's got a really perfect burn. A lot of times with a cigar, depending on the humidification, but also depending on the quality of the cigar, your burn will be inconsistent. There'll be some, one side will burn much faster than the other, and you have to keep relighting. Nice thing about this Oliva Serie V, again, a very high quality premium cigar, and it does not have any burning issues. So the term premium cigar, it refers to how the cigar is made. So a premium cigar is a hand-rolled cigar, but even more than that, even more than the actual art and ability to roll a cigar by hand, they are hand-rolled with what are called long fillers. So these are prime premium leaves of cigars that they will roll. First the filler, then I think it's the binder first, or the filler, then the binder on the outside, which will keep it nice and tight, and then the wrapper. And it's not chopped up multiple types of leaves, but it's specific leaves that make the blend. And so they take a long time blending these and coming up with really wonderful flavors. And this one is really nice. Like I said, medium to full bodied. Didn't bridge yet with this one, or what some guys call a retro hell. So I'm going to try it through my nose and see how spicy it is. That's pretty much what you find out when you go through your nose. Little tear, but not too bad. I've had some that I brought through the nose and had to excuse myself. Apompello is very nice. I don't drink alcohol, and so I've found other things that pair well with cigars. And like I said, the San Pellegrino sodas are my favorites. My son likes root beer. I've done it. I've done the root beer. Coffee is one of my favorites. My son-in-law prefers coffee. Really nice. As I get to the second third of this cigar, it's actually mellowing out a little bit. It's feeling a little more medium now, and which is nice. It's nice to kind of get through that little spicier part in the beginning, and sometimes cigars develop the opposite way as you get further into them. They get a little stronger. It kind of collects in there, but I feel like this is a little more medium now, or maybe I'm just enjoying it so much that I'm not noticing the spice. Bridged again, and yeah, felt pretty good. It's a really nice smoke, and I would highly recommend it. It is not too spicy, not too strong. And for those of you that have smoked a few cigars already, an occasional cigar, as I do, you might want to give this one a try. It's a really excellent smokes. Comes in a lot of vitolas. I think I recently saw a nice Perfecto. Has a little gold tip on the bottom. And as I've shared already on this channel, I really enjoy the artwork of the labels and Oliva always has gold, which gives you that classy feel. Really nice cigar. And I think price point on them, they're a little higher end than the cigars I mentioned earlier, the Connecticut Reserve, the G, the O. A little higher end than those, but not crazy. Really nice for a nice occasion. So that's what I would say to you. I would highly recommend the Oliva Serie V. This is the double Robusto, 5-inch by 54 ring gauge. Probably lasts me about an hour or so. And I hope you enjoyed the video. And I hope to see you again on ASMR, cigar reviews and such. Thanks for coming by.